Hey, I'm Steven here with Tiny House Listings, and today I thought I'd share with you this new battery I got. It's a lithium power pack, but it's special in that it's got pretty cool, unique features to it. And it's so small it'll actually fit in my cargo pocket in my shorts or my pants. And what I've been using this for is to charge up my entire micro camper. And I'll show you how that works here in a second, and I'll show you the setup that I've got going on, so stay tuned. So this is a portable battery pack by a company called ChargeTech, and not too long ago they ran a Kickstarter program, which was what allowed them to get started. And I know they have several sizes, but this one is 24 amp hours, which is quite a bit. That's a lot of energy that it stores. It's lithium ion, and to check the battery status, you can hold it down. And as you can see, it's fully charged. It's 100%, 75%, 50%, 25%, 0. But the great thing about this battery pack, and it's the only one like it's, I think they have one competitor now, but when it came out it was the only one, is that it actually has a built-in inverter. So it accepts household appliances or small gadgets, whatever, up to 85 watts, which if you're smart you can stretch that quite a ways. And to turn the inverter on, you just like that and it's on. It also has two high-powered let's see, what are they, 2.4 amp USB out ports, which will charge things pretty quick. To give an example, the block that comes with the iPhone is only 0.5 amps, I believe, so this will charge your iPhone much quicker and safely. Here in a second I'll take you out to the camper and show you everything that I could run with this, which is pretty great. It's pretty amazing what you can do with this little thing. But the one thing I will say before you even get out there is that you can't run anything like, my camper has a air conditioner. Obviously you can't run that. So in the warmer months, this setup just will not work. And a lot of times when people are camping, I realize that they're at a camp spot and they can just plug into the power there. But I personally like to get out and about where there's nobody around, and typically that means there's no power around. So this right here is a really, really good solution for that. And another little nifty gadget I have to make sure that my main power pack, I can conserve it and use it for the feature, everything I'm about to show you in a second. I have this other battery pack, and it costs, actually I think it's only like 20 bucks on Amazon. It's by Anchor, and it'll charge, just to give you an example, it'll charge an iPhone, it's either 6 or 8 times, and it has 2 power outlets as well. So that's a nifty little device if you're planning on charging your phone and you don't want to take from the main battery that I'm sharing with you in this video. Alright, so now we'll take this out to the camper and I'll show you how it all works and everything I've kind of come up with, and maybe this will be a good solution for you. Another idea for charging your battery would be if you are going to a coffee shop or something like that. Of course you could just plug it in while you're working, and actually if you're someone who lives in one of these things in a small setup like this that you really don't require much power, if you're willing to make a lot of sacrifices and live really simply as far as how much energy you use, you could just take it to work with you. Plug it in when you go to work, anywhere that has a wall outlet. The front of this camper has a little rack on the front, so what I plan to do soon is get one of those little plastic boxes that are made to house batteries and have a lock on the front. So I'll just put that in there overnight so it'll keep it from protected from theft and also the weather. And for any of you that are interested in this type of setup for a tiny house, it's actually possible. You could do it. So it'd be a stretch though. But I know there's some tiny house builders out there, like my good buddy Joe Everson from Tennessee Tiny Homes, who is he's starting to build micro campers, but they're not built traditionally like from fiberglass and all that. They're built like a tiny house, just shrunken down. All right, now that I got that plugged in, let me show you what I got going on in here. Start with, I've got my intelligent light bulb that I showed you guys in the past. It's I believe it's maximum 5 watts, and minimum is less than that, depending on what you dim it to, but you can control it via iPhone or Android I believe too, which is pretty cool. Alright, the next thing I've got is this little, it actually has a lithium ion pack built into it, so if you have this pre-charged, it won't even be using the battery outside the ChargeTech that we have hooked up. But if you do, if it's empty, you can still turn that on, and it's adjustable setting. I think on low, it has a 2 amp hour battery built inside, as you can hear. Puts out pretty good air, but it'll definitely get a little breeze going and it'll keep the air moving inside this little space here. But it has a 2 amp hour pack built into it, and it's fully swivelable and all that, but you can adjust it here, and you can charge that. If you want to run it from the battery outside, you can just plug it into the little switch I've got here, which connects to outside. Then in addition to that, as you can see, I've got my MacBook and it's currently charging. And another great thing about this setup, if you really think about it, is that you don't really, if you're planning to be somewhere where there's no power, you don't have to lug around a generator, oil, gas, the noise that it makes, the smoke, all that stuff. You have quiet, clean energy, and I don't know, just to me it just seems like a much better solution. And then the next day when I get in my car, if I'm going to take off on the road, or even if I'm not going anywhere, I can just plug the battery into just any kind of regular car inverter. You can get one of these for like 20 bucks at Walmart, and as you can see, it's charging, it's topping back off. So in the winter months and late fall and early spring when it's cold, to heat the inside of the camper, I'll be using a Little Buddy heater from Mr. Heater, and it uses propane, and it uses very little propane, and you can actually get them for cheap. So that'll be the heating solution, and it says they're rated for indoors, but with this small of a space, I'll definitely be cracking the windows to let some air in for ventilation and all that type of thing. And another thing, and if you use that type of setup, which I don't have, but I will be getting, is a carbon monoxide detector. So I would do that too. So to recap, I've got my light going, fan will run, and charge up your computer all at once. And there's actually small TVs out there that will run, I believe it's on 4 or 5 watts, and I'm not sure if that includes a speaker or not. So for have a setup like this where you want to run it just from that one pocket-sized battery, it really isn't an issue as long as you're conscious about your energy usage and that type of thing. But as long as you keep things simple, which pretty much is the whole purpose of camping in the first place. And if you live in a situation like this, which I know there's some people that do, you could get away for cheap and easy. You don't have to have a full solar setup or anything like that. And you can use other people's power or from the power from your car. So also in the description below, I'll leave a link to where you can purchase all the items that I've showed you in this video. I think you can get all of them from Amazon. Actually, I know you can because I got all these from Amazon. So again, thanks for watching. We'll see you on the next video.